Well, very warm welcome to everyone. My name is Mark, and today I'm gonna go for to 600 elo at chess.com. I'm gonna firstly turn on to YouTube to put on some music and also check on my own stream if it's going correctly or not. So I'm gonna ask you guys for a second of patience because I always manage to turn on to music and to stream when I'm starting to stream. So now I'm gonna start my own stream to watch it if everything is going correctly or not. Currently the music is a little bit loud, so I'm gonna take down a little bit from the volume. So I played a few matches in offline, and it was going basically 50-50. One game was loss and one game was a win game. So yeah, basically this was the situation, and currently I think I'm around 530 elo, as I remember the best. Hello Akar, good to see you here. How the FM progress is going on, and as I do it now, I see it stream is going a little bit differently. So I got to restart to stream fastly. I'm sorry guys. I'm gonna restart it fastly. Hello Testa, good to see you guys here. I have some troubles with OBS, so I'm not sure if I should restart the game or not. I'm just gonna roll with it. So I'm gonna add a new scene to OBS to you guys can see to actual chess game. Uh, there is it, I think. Just a second. Okay, I think you guys can see it now, but now you can see my sexy face, so I need to put it down a little bit. Like here, maybe it will be good. So yeah, no more problems. So good to see you here, guys. So now I'm gonna start a new chess game. Uh, I'm running this stream smoothly, so I didn't screw around for the 2 minutes, and now my cat is came up to say hi, of course. Say hi to everyone. Hi, Gato. And I don't know why uh, her pawns are wet, but I don't really want to know why. So I'm starting with the white pieces. I'm playing against Nitu Das. He's from India, and he's at 536 elo. He opened up with a pawn, and now his bishop have open way out, and also his queen is securing the pawn. So I'm not gonna come here with my queen. Good to keep in mind because I love to sacrifice my queen for nothing, and my lovely cat is doing some mess around. So I'm gonna came out with a knight over here, so I can put some pressure over to pawn here, and I can also go here if the pawn will be gone. But currently I'm not gonna go for the pawn because the queen is securing, so it's not a good idea. He's putting out his bishop over here, putting some pressure over here maybe, but currently nothing problematic. If I go here with my pawn, he can take the pawn with the pawn, and by a bishop I can take one of them with my knight, but in the end I will just lose pieces. So yeah, it's a cool kitty, but she's doing some vandaling around, so uh, it's a little bit hard to love her in these points, but she's a little kitty, so it's okay. Now he put it down another pawn, so now the bishop is secured, so I can really go for it. Um, Maybe if I go here with another pawn in the next round, maybe I will be forced to take that pawn if he goes forward by a square. In the next round, maybe he's taking it with the queen, but that's not really happen. So Akar, you beat the FM, so that's a pretty cool thing to do. How is your FM status going on by this? And as I see it now, the stream is a little bit buffering. I don't really like to see this, but I'm gonna keep carrying. I have 8 minutes and my opponent have 9 minutes, so I need to think a little bit faster. Now if I go here with my pawn, he can take it with his pawn, I will take it with my pawn, he would take the pawn with his bishop. Into next round I will take the bishop with my knight, but into upcoming round he would take the knight with his knight, so that's still not a good deal currently. But if I go here with my knight, I can secure this position again, so I will profit in the end. And I could also go here with my knight, except if he's coming out with his pawn over here, so I will be forced to go back. No, it's not good to hear. Now, how come did you get declined? Not enough elo points, or I don't really know how it's going on. Or you had to play some games, tournaments to reach that title. So now I'm waiting for his move. What will he do? So he's moving out with his queen, and I can no longer go for this position to get the pawn and also come out with my queen over here. If I'm coming out with my queen over here, he can put his pawn over here, and there is no way to take that pawn with my queen, because two pawn and even a bishop is securing the squares. So that's a little bit problematic. Yeah. Sometimes it happens that someone is pushing to 10 minutes games, and I'm commenting it too, so that's take more times, and they thinking I'm putting on some AI to help me, but I'm just taking my time to think. So now if I put my pawn over here and put my bishop over here, he will be forced to move out his pawn over here, but that would only help him to secure that pawn, so that's not really cool. But now I'm gonna go for two trades. Maybe he will go for a queen transaction over here, so that's not pretty cool. If he goes for it, I don't really want that to happen. So yeah, how is your day going, Dustin? Now I'm up in a normal time, so your day is, I think, around is almost 11 a.m. for you guys in Brazil. I didn't watch, but I will watch it back if you send me the link through messages and chess.com, so I'm happily rewatching it. I don't say I will see every excellent move and brilliant move because I'm a dummy, but of course I will check it out because it's a FM match. That's something different that you don't really see every day, especially in my channel, because I'm a little bit more far away to become a FM or something, so I'm just hanging around basically. So now if I'm going for that pawn over here, he would go for it with his pawn or with his knight or with his queen, and I could only go for it with my knight, so that's not pretty cool. And if he comes here with his queen, put some pressure over my knight, so that's not really cool. Oh, well then I a little bit I miscalculated because I was calculated with 3 a.m. but it's currently almost 6 a.m. So anyways, I'm good in math. So now if I move my pawn, he can get my queen over there, so that's not pretty cool. So I will need to work up something. If I move here with my pawn, I can put some pressure over his bishop. He can get it with his bishop and with his knight, but into next round I would get it with my pawn, and into upcoming round I would get it with my queen, so that's currently cool to have this situation. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for his move. Now he's taking his time after he wrote me to be fast anyways. And now he's putting some pressure over my knight over here, but I can live by that, and I can move back with here knight to put it in a safe position. So it's currently I'm cool to have this thing. Today I had to go to the doctor appointment because I'm going for a jab. but my train was a little bit late, so it was a little bit. I had a little bit of embarrassing situation. But I was late from work stuff, so that was unexpected for me. But now he's moved back with his bishop, so now I can calculate up something. He may be going for this pawns, or because he can go for it with 3 pieces, but I can also go for it with 3 pieces, so there's nothing to worry about. If I go here with my pawn, I can put some pressure over to bishop, so maybe I can work up something. And also my queen is a little bit blocked in here, so maybe if I'm freeing it, it will help a little bit. So yeah, now I'm gonna put my knight over here to put some pressure over to bishop and even this squares, so it's cool. Okay, I will check it out. Oh, did you guys play soccer or something? It's a little bit a skill difference I see there with the 8 zeros. So now if I take that pawn, he can take it with 4 pieces as I see it, and I can only take it with 2, so that's not really cool. But maybe I will go for it because I don't really have the time to do that kind of thinking, because I only have 3 minutes and 40 seconds and my opponent have 7 minutes, so that's not pretty cool. Yeah, then I remembered good that you watch soccer and that was it. So yeah, that's good to have 8-point winning in soccer, so that's cool. And that was some national match or something, or what was it? He moved with his pawn over here. I'm not gonna go here with my nose because I don't really think so that will work for me currently. But maybe I will, if I move my pawn over here, he can take with the pawn and also freeing his rook to move some movement. But if I move my rook over here, I can secure this square, so if I move here and he takes with the pawn, I can move here with my knight, with my rook, so I can put some pressure over to bishop. I will take it with my knight, he will take it with the pawn, I will move here with my rook, and that's not really worth it. So anyways, oh, for the Brazilian championship, yeah. Okay, now I start to understand with my small brain. Now my knight is a little bit open, so it's nothing securing except the bishop over here, so that's cool. But now I need to calculate in if I move with my knight, he can take my pawn over here, so that's not pretty cool. And also if I move here and if he takes with the pawn, I can take with the knight, but he would take with the knight again, so that's not good deal either. So for now I will just move here with my pawn. I don't really watch any kind of sports now, except chess. That's basically that I watch sometimes, but not really. I more likely I'm just playing to chess, and sometimes YouTube Shorts drop up some chess moments, like when Magnus Carlsen smashed the table after a blunder, but I'm not really. Now he take that pawn with a pawn, and now I can go for it with my rook. So I have a little bit more open field with my rook to do things. And he was going for that pawn, so now I can go here with my queen to secure this square over here. Now if I go for this pawn over here, he can go for it with a pawn, with a knight. So that's not good either. If I go here with my knight, he can take it with the pawn, I can take it with the rook, and after I can put some pressure of his knight, so I think that's maybe gonna worth it, but not really sure. And after that I can free my black bishop over here to do some things. Now he can come up with his queen, so I wouldn't take the knight, of course, and the pawn, so it will be safe. And I'm hoping in that my internet connection is stay there. Okay, seems like my internet is still there. So now I'm gonna wait for my opponent move. I need to keep in mind that I have only 1 minute left, so I will need to start to work up some checkmate possibilities to actually finish this game with a win. Now if I move my, it's not really cool. Now he saved his knight by moving there. So now I'm gonna move my pawn forward by a square, so now I can come out with my queen, except if he comes here with his knight, because then I can come here with my queen because he can capture it, and also my rook would be in danger. So now I'm planning to I wanted to move here, but I see it now that his queen is standing there, but I can move here with my black bishop. So into next turn, most likely he will take it with his black bishop, but now I can come up, I can come here with my queen, because I didn't really plan through what to do. Because the rook is defending that square, so that's not pretty cool. But I will come here with my knight, so I can put some pressure over his black bishop. So, yep. I only watch sports for a short term of time when I watch some soccer, because I was betting on it, but that was only my thing because I was betting on it and had some money in that game, and now he's maybe going for my rook, but I'm not really sure because I can capture it with my knight, and I have only 11 seconds, so maybe I will lose this game sadly, but that's a thing. I could have been moved here with my queen maybe, and slowly somehow work up my queen over here, giving him a check, and my internet is gone now, but it's back, but I will lose because of the time, so that sucks. So yeah, I have only 6 seconds to win this game, and I can come up here with my queen because he would go for it with his queen, so I can't really go for checks, except if I come here with my queen and I can come up here giving him a check. He can block it with anything, and into next hand somehow I can come here or here. It's up to where he's moving with his king. If he moves here, he can save it with his knight, so that sucks. Now he's taking his time. It's a good thing for me because maybe, but just maybe, I can work up something. But not really, because he's going for it with his queen, sadly. And he's not going away with his queen, so that sucks. And I can move with my bishop because... And I also lost my game. So I'm gonna check out now your match that you had.
Black built a lead and didn't let up.
So this was the game that you had against as a FM player, so I'm gonna go through it. You play with the black pieces. You have 2,271 elo points. That's a little bit higher than mine. Not 4 times bigger, so no. You have a 4 times bigger elo points, and you had one great moves, and also didn't have a blunder, only just one miss. You had 2,350 accuracy, I think that's it. So I'm gonna start reviewing the game.
Establishing center control with the pawn and opening up the bishop.
FM player was at 2,190 points. He's from Denmark, and he's on FM on Preus, and yeah, he's playing with the pistols and he's opening with a pawn. He opened up with the same pawn.
The Black Mardimer Gambit takes full control of the center with e4, immediately attacks the d5 pawn,
yeah, he's putting
and allows
some
the
pressure
queen and light squared bishop to
pawn
develop.
over here. Yeah, it's not a miss. I mean, it wrote me a miss, but I don't really put any. Wait a minute, my Balkanic, Slavic, Hungarian brain is thinking what I want to say. So I don't really trust in these states that are one was a miss and one was a brilliant move, because the brilliant move most of the time make a sense for me. But sometimes is a brilliant move. It's like you sacrifice a queen, and that's brilliant because you can get a rook and also a queen. But maybe you could have been work up a checkmate, and that's brilliant for just that gum. And that's sometimes a little bit frustrating for me. That's a brilliant move. So yeah, I'm hoping the stream is not really lagging, because now I see the stream is lagging. Now I'm checking out the OBS, and yeah, my uploading thing is love to jumping up and jumping down. I don't really know how to fix this, but I'm gonna continue reviewing your game. I don't really know what did you mean by that, Testa, that you use code or you use versus code to program. I don't really know what did you mean, but I'm gonna check out my router, because as I see it, it's pretty laggy, so I will be back in a few seconds, guys. So I moved the router a little bit around, so it's will be. It seems a little bit cooler now, because the uploading went up a little bit, but it's not now back. I don't know why it's jumping up and down. Now it's hopefully will be better. I'm hoping in it, but if it's still on bit laggy, maybe I'm gonna restart my router and restart the whole stream too. Sorry guys for this thing that happens. Sadly, I'm on a countryside and my internet connection is not pretty stable, because I'm using a SIM card for streaming. So yeah, that's a little bit sucks to have. But anyways, now it seems like it's okay. So I'm gonna talk through while I have internet connection. So he opened up with another pawn and putting some pressure your pawn, but you could have been take with the queen, so that's okay for now.
Black accepts the sacrifice pawn
And
and
he
takes on
takes the
e4.
pawn with his pawn, and I didn't see it because I didn't calculate it with it. So now he takes the pawn with his pawn, and he have also open field for this pawn, but after that he would lose the queen, so that would be a rookie mistake.
Knight c3 develops the
Now
knight
he
toward the
coming,
center, attacks the e4 pawn,
FM is
and
coming up
controls the b5
with the
square.
knight. I was switch up a little bit to view, so I want to switch the board so I can see it from your view. Yeah, it's now better.
This misses a better way to defend a pawn that was under attack.
Yeah, if you move here, you could have been defend to pawn with the knight, but I don't know why it's inaccuracy, because you're still defending to pawn. Maybe that you have left an open field for the king to give a check. I don't really know why it's inaccuracy, by the way. So
This is the strongest option.
he found the strongest option.
The pawn is now adequately defended.
He coming up with a knight, so you can secure this position, but again it's defended by 2 pieces, so that's maybe not worth it to do, because you will lose a pawn.
This activates a bishop by developing it off of its starting square.
Now the bishop can come out, and also putting some pressure over the knight that can do some damage around. But he would lose the bishop, so that's not really worth for him, I think.
The best option was to develop a knight and attack the center. This allows the opponent to force doubling of pawns.
But also you have a chance now to come out with your queen and ping to knight. It's true that you can come out with a pawn, but after that you can make some moves with the queen, I think.
White develops the bishop and attacks the center.
Yeah, the bishop is can control of the board over here a little bit, so you a little bit more suffocated here.
This kicks a bishop.
Now you can put some pressure over the bishop.
The clearly correct move for a threatened bishop.
Now he's still controlling the board over here, and you can no longer put more pressure on it, not even with your bishop, because if you come out he can capture it. So
the game was close to equal, but now white has the advantage.
Why does he have the advantage, I want to know. So show me just that gun. So that's it, that he can come out with a knight. Basically that's the advantage. It's true that it will defend the black bishop, but yeah, anyways.
The better move was to send a knight into the game.
Yeah, now you can take a black bishop, but also need to be careful, I think, which bishop, which pawn do you use to take
straightforward recapture. This allows the opponent to kick a knight.
Yeah, you can come here, but you will also rook your queen to put some pressure over to king.
This threatens to win a knight through a fork.
Yeah, you can put some pressure over here. It would have been a worthy trade. Indeed, I give that to chess.com. It was in my mind, but I wanted to chess.com figure it out, so.
This loses a rook.
Yeah, because if you come here, that was shown again, was shown before, you can come here and capture a knight or a rook. But I'm gonna check out how it's a loose rook.
This is the way to win a rook.
And you find a great move to win some materials, so that's cool.
This moves the queen to safety. Black will be winning a knight with that.
And you did that what was shown before.
A very strong play.
Yeah, now your rook have some troubles, and you can only save it to move it here because the queen can capture in this position, and also the bishop can capture it. But also he can move his queen over here, but naturally if you move your rook over there, because it would defend from the square. So yeah, it would have been a good move, but if you move your rook in a different place, that maybe end up as a checkmate, I think.
That was a free knight.
And he took the free knight, but now if he... That's not really a checkmate, because if he comes here with his queen, you can still move here with your knight, and he have nothing else to give you a checkmate, because if he comes here you can take with the king, so that wasn't really a mistake. I thought in the end he can do a checkmate, but I forgot there is a square 2 where you can go with your king.
This steps away from the checking bishop.
And you also give him a check, so it's good to know that you also gave a check, so that's why he in the beginning couldn't move here. So now you can take the rook.
This move puts the rook on a safer square.
Or yeah, you can save your rook, but now he can also save his rook.
This moves the rook to safety.
Yeah, because if he moves it here, you could have been take with the bishop, and he couldn't have been take to bishop because it's secured by the queen. So next move, if I would be you in the next move, I don't know what would have I been do in this match. Yeah, I have no idea what I have do in this position. I want to work up something. Maybe move forward my pawn by a square to secure the bishop, and into next turn maybe I move my queen here if he doesn't do anything sneaky with his queen or with his bishop, because if you move here with the pawn, it will secure the bishop from danger. And you can also come here and giving him a check. He would be forced to move here. Into next move, I don't know what I would do, but my kitten is roaming around again, so.
One of the best moves.
And you did the same that I was thinking about, so I'm starting to get a smart fella, so. Yep.
This maintains the balance in material with a good trade.
Yeah, no, yeah, and I also didn't see that he can secure that position by a knight.
A clear recapture.
That's what's a great recapture, indeed.
This blocks the check from an opposing queen. The best option was to defend a pawn that was under attack.
I don't really agree with it, because I don't know which pawn was in danger. Maybe this one. Well, anyways, I'm gonna check out what did you do. So you came here with your bishop to put the king in some pressure, giving him a check. He can go here with his rook, and also it's defended by a pawn. You can also go for that rook with a bishop that he came out here. But in answer he would take it with his pawn, but in answer you would go here with your queen, and that would be a check. So he would have been forced to move here, or not really here, because the bishop is securing, so he would have been two options to go for, or he can basically just go here or here into the beginning without two transactions.
There was only one good move there, and White did not spend enough time trying to find it.
So to bite to FM player had some mistake. So now if you come here with your bishop, you can give him a check, and not really, because the knight can take it, because I thought that, and also the rook can take it, so that's not pretty cool. But if you would have been managed up your queen into here and into here, that would have been a checkmate because the bishop is also securing that position. But of course, if you come here and here, the opponent have a few more moves, so it's up for him what he's gonna do and how the game is ending up.
The better move was to develop a knight and attack the center.
Maybe, but not really. I don't really think so.
Advancing the pawns in front of the king can compromise the king's safety.
Yeah, now if he gets a check, he can come up here.
Developing the knight and increasing influence in the center.
But you did that to chess.com said before.
This connects the rooks, which helps them work together.
Yeah, now the rooks have some open field, so if he comes here or with here, he can put some pressure over to king. But also if you come here, you can give him a check. He will be forced to go back. If you come here with your bishop, maybe he takes it with his rook, but in the next round you don't go for it because also the knight is securing it, so I'm just gonna see what you
This
did.
stops the opponent from being able to take an open file with a rook.
So yeah, you give him to check that I was talking about.
This loses a knight, but the position was losing no matter what.
So now he's putting some pressure over to queen, but you can go here and put some pressure on all of the rooks. But if he comes here, you could have been moved here, and I think that would have been a checkmate.
That knight was
Yeah,
free
you
for the taking.
take
This threatens to checkmate the
knight.
king.
So I'm gonna check out what's your move will be. Hello Diaspora. Yeah, I will be up for a match. I'm checking one of my viewers' match against an FM player, and I'm trying to review it with my 500 elo mind. That's a 2271 match. So it's a little bit more exciting than my usual games. I mean with the mind play. So I'm gonna finish this review and I'm up for matches if you want to. I'm playing mostly 10 minutes rapid games and 3 minutes blitz games, so if you will be here, I'm happily play with you. Till that meantime, I'm gonna send you my player name, so you can send me an invite if I finish the match. So I'm gonna ask for a second of patience over here. I'm gonna write it down. And also gonna finish this review so we can play a match. So now my viewer came here with the queen and maybe can work up a checkmate, I think.
This stops the opponent from being able to checkmate the king.
But yeah, he came here with the rook. You can take that rook with the bishop, but you can also come here again with the rook to give a check again. Or you can block to view with the knight, and also you can take the pawn of that with the pawn, or anyways and work up something. But if you came here, you no longer give a check because he can escape for here.
This blocks the check from an opposing rook.
And that's blockade, also putting some pressure over one of the rooks.
This allows the opponent to win material through a fork.
Yep. So now if you can come here to trade a bishop for a rook, but that's not really worth it.
Black will be winning material with that fork.
Yep, now you can give him a check, and if he comes here, and he will be forced because it's currently a check and I don't really see any other way. You can come here, take the rook, giving him another check, and if you come back here, you're giving him a check again, he will be forced to move back. You can move here with your bishop, or not really, because the other rook is still there, so I don't really know how to solve this into a checkmate.
This was the only move.
So yeah, but now you had two options to go and take that rook. But if you go and take the rook, that's a check, and he will be forced to move back. You will come back with your queen, that's a check again. He will move back here. You can move here with your bishop, that's a check. So that's a check, and after that he can take it with his rook, but you can take the rook with the queen and maybe work up a checkmate. I don't really know.
This continues down the road to checkmate. That was a free rook.
Yeah, and you did that I was talking about before,
check
and also I didn't calculate in that he can also move here after you take the rook, so never mind. But now you can also move here with your queen, and I don't really know how this will end up. And I get your invite, Diaspool, and I'm trying to finish up this fastly, and we can play a match.
This continues the checkmate threat.
Yep.
This steps away from the checking bishop.
You can come back over here, giving him a check again. So he will be forced to move here into next, and maybe you can come here with your bishop, that's a check. And into next round he can come here or here. Yeah. So that cannot not end up.
This continues down the road to
but
checkmate.
You took a free rook.
Capturing that rook wins. This steps away from the checking queen. This continues the checkmate threat.
Now I gotta put down my kitten because it's doing some damage around of the table. So yep. You gave him a check.
This evades the check, and the game
and
is
that's
over.
A checkmate. It was a good find that you also took the rook and come back.
This steps away from the checking queen. This continues down the road.
Yeah, and it was a check, so the pawn cannot capture the bishop, so you can come back here. It was a nice find that you come back with your bishop and end up as a checkmate.
And the game is over.
I remember it as you lost that game, but that's good that you won against an FM, so that's pretty cool. Congrats, man. Yeah, it's Kitty Man. Now I'm gonna play against Diaspool if I found to challenge that he sent me. I'm a little bit of a rookie, so I don't really see two challenges every time. Diaspool, I don't know if you're still here. Can you send me another invite, because currently I don't really see it. I see my messages. Gameplay interface. Sadly, I don't really know where is my game invites are. Daily games. Oh yeah, okay, thank you. I'm a little bit rookie on how to handle chess.com. Now I'm playing against MTZ00. He's at 936 elo. He's a little bit on a higher elo point than I am, but we will see how the game ends up. I thank you for the content that I can talk about something. So I'm some days just sitting here and try to talk about something. So that's good that I could have been a review a big game with my elo point that's are not really big. Now he came out with a pawn that I captured now with my bishop. Now I can put some pressure over this square, but I'm not really planning now. Now he came out with one of his pawns that can stay currently there, because I don't really see any problems with it. That's staying there. Now I will come here with my knight to defend these squares to port over here. So he came out with his knight too. Now I can came out with my bishop, so I can build up some Indian defense, or I don't really know how it's called, but one day I saw some YouTube shorts, and maybe that's how it's called, that when I'm moving my bishop over here, my knight over here, and I will do a castle that's maybe Indian defense, I'm not sure. And that's all. I know that because I usually do that when I'm playing with the black pieces. So now maybe he's putting out his white bishop to put some pressure over my bishop. I can defend it with a pawn. So I don't really think so. He's going for it. But I'm gonna put my black bishop over here now. My white bishop is currently defended, so there is nothing to worry about. Yeah. If you have some game against FM players or something, or you have some interesting games, I can review them, but I need to practice that too, because I need to practice to speaking thing, how to talk about these things, because I don't really feel like I'm putting the full potential there, but I'm trying. I'm trying to do some sneaky thing, you know, the Jesper, maybe I can blend in with that tactics. I'm not sure. So now I'm putting, if I put my knight over here, he can get it with his bishop. I would get it with my bishop, but he would get it with his knight, so that's not really a good idea. And also if I move here with my knight, he can get it with his knight, so that's not a good idea either. And my cat is trying to come up again, so I need to pay attention for that too. But I'm gonna do a castle now. Maybe he can come here with his bishop, but I can put out my pawn over here to defend my knight. So if he takes my pawn, I can also take his bishop with my queen, so there is nothing to worry about it, or not really, because the knight is securing that position, but luckily my knight is staying there, so I need to pay attention that my knight need to stay here. Now if he came here with his queen, I can capture it with my queen, so there is nothing to worry about either. But I'm also gonna put my pawn over here to put some extra defense over this square, because there can happen some things. Now if he comes here with his queen, I can capture it with my queen. Into next round he can capture it with his rook, and his rook would stay here. And I can no longer put my knight over here to defend that square, because my pawn is already there. But if I move my pawn over here, he can capture it with his pawn, I would capture it with my pawn, he would capture it with his knight or with his queen, so that's not really good either. Um, if I put my knight over here, he can capture it with 3 pieces, so that's not really cool either. But if I move my rook over there, I can defend that square, but into next round he can move his bishop over there. I would move my pawn over here. He would capture it with knight. I would capture it with a pawn. He would capture it with the bishop, so I would capture it with my knight. So that will be good for me, at least now. So I'm gonna try to do my things. Yeah, he captured that pawn over here that I can capture now with my queen. I didn't pay attention that his rook is still there, so I didn't put out my knight over here to defend it. But I am not really forced to take that queen. Now if I move here with my knight, he can go for queen transactions, and if he does that I can take with my rook. Into next round he would take with his knight, so I can sacrifice a few pieces, but at least his rook wouldn't be here, because now if I put my knight over here, he can go and capture my queen, and if he does that I can take with my rook. Into next one maybe he's taking my knight with his knight, I will capture his knight with my pawn, and after that maybe he can capture it with a rook or with a bishop, but I think the bishop is make more sense. So I'm gonna play it again. So if I move here, he can take it with his knight, and with his I would take it with my pawn. He would take it with his bishop. He would take it with his rook. I would take it with my bishop. So in the end, I think it's worth it, and at least his rook is not staying inside to do some damage around. So yeah, now he's going for the trade. I'm gonna take his queen now. And now he's putting some pressure over my rook, but he didn't really blunder, because I can take it with my knight, but in the end he would take it with his knight, and I couldn't put some more pressure over this square, but in the next end I could have been go for a trade for his bishop, but I can easily move my rook over there, so there will be no more danger for me here. So I'm gonna wait for his move. Now he's going for trades. Now he take my knight. In exchange I take his bishop. Now he's putting his knight over here that can go into these squares that maybe matter. So if he comes here, he can give me a check and also not putting more pressure on things that are problematic, because if he comes here I can take his knight with the pawn, so that's worth the trade. If he comes here, I can take it with the pawn, so there are nothing to worry about. I can take his knight with my bishop, but I don't really want to, because he will take it with his pawn. For now I will just come here. If I would have been come here with my knight, he could have been take it. In exchange I would have been take it with my bishop. After that he could have been take the pawn with the knight. I could have been take with the rook, but in the next round he could have been take the knight with the rook, so that's not pretty cool. So for now I will just come here with my knight, so my rook will be defended by another rook. Yeah, I'm trying to watch my time, but most of the times I'm speaking and that's taking my time, sadly. Now my bishop is in danger and I don't really want to lose it. If I come here, he will take it with a knight, and yeah, sadly now I will need to put it somewhere else and I will lose my pawn over here. Now he took that pawn that was there. Now I'm putting some pressure over his rook. And he went back with his rook. Now I'm gonna put my knight over here, because in the next round if I can come here I can give him a fork. But no longer, because he came there with his rook. But now I can also come here, put some pressure over his rook. Now I can go for a few transactions, because I don't really have the time to think through. But now I'm putting some pressure over his bishop over here. Or he can come here, but I can defend it with my rook, or he can also go here, put some pressure over my bishop and my knight, but that don't really happen. Now I can go for a trade. And also I can capture that pawn. I could have been also go here for a transaction. And I blunder solely my knight. Now he's putting some pressure over here with his knight. sadly my rook is only defended by the bishop over here, but now if I come here, either he can come here with the knight, but I can capture it with the rook, or he can go here, but in the end I would capture his knight or his anyways, he came here with his rook, so now the knight is defended, but I can also come here with my pawn. Into next end I can come here with the other pawn, put some pressure over the bishop too. Now the bishop is putting some pressure over my rook. And now he's pushing with his rook. But I think that's end up as a checkmate for him, or I lose because of time. Sadly I can go here and now he will come here with his rook, and that's a checkmate because I can't escape. Yep. GG my guy. It can be seen that you have a little bit more elo points and experience than I do, but I think it was a fair game even for my elo points and status, so it was a GG my guy. So yeah, now I review some viewer game, and I also played with viewer. So now I think I'm gonna get back to start to go for 600 elo and chess.com. Yeah, now I see that you wrote that if you lose or win, if I lost or win in 5 minutes, you will sub, but that doesn't really happen, so I didn't get the sub, so that's sad. Oh, but I deserve a sub, thank you very much, I'm really happy for it. Hello Akar, I got beaten up now by Diaspool. It was pretty lovely. I think I put up on a match due to skill difference, but yeah, it was a cool game to have. But now I'm gonna get back to reach 600 elo. I will need 71 point to reach 600 elo, so I'm gonna go for it. And I'm trying to pay attention for my time because I mostly lose because I don't really pay attention. I do pay attention for my time, but I'm just talking away. Now I'm playing against Mohamed Rezk. He's from Egypt, and he's opening up with his queen in the center of the board. Maybe he can give me a check here, but my pawn is defending that square, so that's not really happen. If I can defend my bishop over here, I can put some pressure over his queen, but he's trying to go for Queen Gambit. Maybe I think that's the name for it. Yeah, I have Discord, so you guys can message me there too. Now I can go for here to put some pressure over his queen because now he's coming over here. Maybe he's planning to go here and give me a check mate, because that would have been, but I can defend it by a pawn, so if he comes here with the queen, I can capture it with a bishop, and no longer matters. Now I can even put out my bishop over here, because it's blocked by a pawn, so that's not really matter. I'm from Hungary, Diaspool. It's in the center of Europe. I'm saying because I'm really bad at geography and geometry, and I don't really know where are two countries, so I'm a little bit like American, but it's a little bit in a better state. I will drop down my Discord name, but I don't really remember if there is a different number behind it, like the 4 number. And I'm also trying to pay attention for this game, but I will drop it down after this game Of course, I don't have anything to hide, so now if I come here with my pawn 2, that pawn will be defended by the queen, so that's cool. So if I come here with my pawn, I can come out with my bishop to put some pressure over his queen, so he will be forced to move somewhere else. Or for first I'm gonna put this pawn over here to defend that pawn, because if I will move out with this pawn, it will only be secured by the queen and nothing else, and he can capture it now 3 pieces, because he can capture it with the queen and with the knight and with the bishop. So I will need to work up something else too to defend that pawn, to move out that pawn over here and slowly get his queen. So now I'm gonna move my knight over here so I can defend that square, so maybe I will be good. So now if I move here with my pawn, I can defend that square by a knight, by a pawn, but now he also putting out his pawn over here, so I can't really manage up naughty stuff over here, so that's set for now. But I can also put my pawn forward and it will be defended by the rook, but he is going for the transactions over here, or he's going for my rook. I can save it because my knight and bishop can be defended. So if I put it here, my bishop will secure my rook, and currently as I see it, I don't really see any other kind of danger here, and he can no longer give me a check if he moves there. He is taking my pawns over there, and there's no point to move out my bishop over here. My profession will be an operator in a factory, so that's not a pretty big career. But I was working in a factory for half a year or almost 2 years, and now bought my own land, and I was working on it for a half year to make it livable. And that was I was doing in my last half year, and into next 2 years I will work in a factory again to drop down to rest of the money that's up to for that I need to pay because of the house. Now if I move my knight, he can go for my queen for a transaction, so that's not pretty cool, because I will need my queen, I think. But maybe I will need to also move out with my knight, or I'm thinking what to do. Or I can also come here, but into next round he will go for 2 other pawns, so for now I will just come out with my knight over here to get more control of the board into the right corner. So now he came out with his knight. There is nothing to worry about currently. If he moves here, he can go here. That's cool too. If I come here and come here, I can make his queen go away, so I'm gonna do that for now. But I'm also studied some programming in high school, so yeah, I know a little bit of programming. Okay. Good to have you here. It was good to have you here, Diaspora, and I'm up for another match later on. So have a good night, or I don't know how much time in India, but have a good time, my mate. Now I'm putting my knight over here to put some pressure over to queen, and now a little bit later on I get the notification that Diaspora subscribed to my channel. He's my 10th subscriber, so that's pretty cool. Now he's putting his queen away. Maybe if I go here, I don't make any kind of difference. But I can come here to put some pressure over his queen again. And the bishop can be defended by a knight, so that's cool. And also I see I had some problematics with the internet connection, but it's fixed now, so now move back with his queen, so finally maybe I can make some moves with my queen. So So if I move here, I can really work up anything yet. And yeah, but I can also put my rook over there, and it will be defended by a knight, and I don't need to worry about the white bishop to put me on danger because it's far away. So I can do more things that I want to do. Now he's putting his queen over here, putting some pressure over to knight again. And sadly I cannot move my knight over here to put some pressure over the queen, because into next round he can go for a queen transaction, and I don't really want that to happen. But I can also coming out here with my queen, and there is nothing to worry about yet. And I can no longer go for this position because my rook is defending that square, so it would have been cool if I can go there, but that cannot really happen. But now if I go here, I can put some pressure over his queen. So now he get back with his queen. So maybe if I put my knight over here, I can put some pressure over his queen. Here will be in danger of so now if I move my knight over here, he can't go here because the knight is securing that position. Here the pawn securing it, he can go here because nothing securing that knight currently. But if I go here with my knight, the knight will be secured by a bishop, so that's cool. So he can go here, he can go here, he can't go here either. He can only come back here. So I'm gonna do that now, because if I don't do it, I will lose my knight, because he can take it with the queen, and after all he can go for my rook, giving me a check, but I would capture it with my queen. Blah blah blah, that's not a good end. So waiting for his move, what it will be. I can't also push this pawn to move forward because the bishop can capture my queen over there, and also the queen can now. But I can push my pawn over here to put some pressure over this square. If he gets it, I can get it with my knight over here. Yeah, I'm trying to work up something, but don't really know what yet. I can put my queen over here, so maybe into next round I can capture a knight, or he can go here, put some pressure over my rook and my pawns, and I cannot really capture it with anything because the other pawn is there. But if I can manage out my white bishop, like I'm moving forward my pawns, and I can go here with my white bishop. I can push with his queen, so that's not a good deal either. Maybe I'm gonna put my queen over here now. And now he put it out his knight over here, that putting some pressure over my rook. But if I go here with my bishop, I can really do anything here because the rook and the queen and the king securing that position. So now maybe I will be forced to move with my rook, or or. I can move here with my. I can't. For first, I will need to move with my knight over here. So into next round, I can move here with my knight, and if we capture it with a queen, yeah, okay. Now I'm putting some pressure over his queen. It was a little bit of a late find because if I found it sooner, maybe I can capture his queen. Now if he moves with his knight, I can capture his queen, so most likely he will not do that. And I can also go for his rook with my bishop, but I can no longer because he was going away with it. Now I can also put my I will move here with my rook, so into next turn maybe I can move here with my bishop to get rid of this knight over here, because I need to work up something, but don't know what yet. Now I'm putting some pressure over his queen again. But I get a timeout and I lose this game. I wanted to work up something. He put up a very good defense, and do my speaking and thinking was a little bit of slow, so I sadly lost this game. But I was planning to do something with knight, but the problem was it was really defended, so I couldn't move my knight over here to work up some Furcroft kind of thing, but not really, because the bishop was defended by pawns, because the bishop is defended that square, so sadly that was a lost game. And I could have been go here with my queen of their own, but the bishop would be here again, so he would take with my queen, and also the queen was there, so it was a little bit a big match for my knowledge. So sadly I lost this game, but Mohamed Riazk was a good game actually, so I enjoyed to play. Now I'm gonna start a new game, and as usually when I'm starting to streaming, my elo points go downwards, but that's it, how it goes. But I'm gonna work on it to reach 600 elo. Like I was stuck in 400 elo, but I'm gonna go for to 600 elo. I'm not gonna go down, never again, I think, hopefully. So now I'm playing with the black pieces again. I'm playing against KPX Chess 2025. He's from India. He's at 524 points. Now I can move forward by a pawn, and I also forgot to write down my Discord name. So I'm gonna check out my Discord name because I don't really remember if I had anything special. I don't know if there is an extra number there was before, but maybe I'm just a boomer and there is no more numbers behind your name, but I'm gonna write down my name in a second. But my opponent playing with the white pieces, and he's opening with 2-pawn road, so now I'm gonna open up with my one of my knights, so I can put some pressure over this pawn, but he knew about it, and now I need to move my knight somewhere else, and I'm gonna maybe move it here, because if he comes here and I sacrifice my knight, oopsie daisy. So my Discord name, I will draw it down in a second. Just a little bit of patience, I will ask for. But he didn't saw that I sacrificed my knight, so that's cool. So there is my Discord name. And I also have a Discord server, but I don't really use it for a long time, and I don't even have the community there no more. But maybe I can revive it if you guys think so. But now I need to secure my knight if I was just hanging it there. So I got your friend request and I will accept it. So you can send 2 links for your chess games there if you think about it. And now my cat want to make some troubles again, so I'm gonna hold it in a little bit of my hand. Hello Testa, good to see you back there. I got 1 more follower, or I mean subscriber, so I'm happy now. And also lost some games against a new viewer and against in chess, a normal rapid game, so that's the usual. So hope I get sexy messages. Now I can come out. I can come out with my queen because the bishop is securing that square over here, and also the knight is securing. Maybe I can come here with my pawn, but nothing is defending it, so now I will come here with my other pawn. So if I move my pawn over here, it will be secured against the bishop and the knight. And after on I can move my pawn over here, so it will be saved there. And I can go for the knight over there. And after, most likely he will move with his knight over here. And I cannot capture it with my queen, except that he moved his knight over here, so now I can go forward with my pawn. But if he moves again with his knight, I can no longer go for that. I move my pawn over here, and he moves his knight over here. Or I'm a little bit dumb because my pawn is securing that position, so don't listen to me, guys. Thank you. There is some sleepy kitten, as you can see, and now I can no longer push forward my pawn, and I will need to put down my cat into the bed because she's very sleepy, but my leg follows asleep. So now I cannot push my pawn over here because he will get it with his pawn and also put some pressure over my knight, so that's not pretty cool. But I can move my knight over here, but he can put out his pawn over here and put some pressure over my knight. In the next round maybe I can move it here, but there are no thinking behind it, so I'm not gonna do it. Except if I move here, he can put out his pawn over here. So I couldn't even move my queen here if the pawn is gone from here, so I need to think about something else, what to do. So I can't even go here with my knight to go here to give him a check because the bishop is securing the position over there. So now I'm gonna open up over here to move out with my bishop over here to put some pressure over this line, so that if I go here and if I go for the knight, he can capture it with the pawn and queen currently, so that's not pretty cool. And now my knight is in a little bit of danger because his queen can go for it and capture my knight because it's undefended, and I can go here, so that's a good start. And after that I can go here, so I can save my knight and also putting some pressure over these squares. So if I move my knight over here, I can get control of these squares. That can be good. And maybe I can work up something. I will also need to get rid of these pawn cheek here because it's a really good defense currently. So yeah. If I move my knight over here, I can move out my bishop over here, but that pawn is really defending it, so that's not pretty cool. But if I also put my knight over here, I can defend that square. And now he's putting his queen over here. That's not dramatic role currently because he can go here. I can defend it by a pawn. He can also go here, but it's defended by a pawn. That pawn is defended by a pawn. He can go here, that can be problematic or not really because my knight is securing that position, and also my knight is secured by a pawn, and that square is secured by a pawn too. He can maybe go here or here, but it's currently not a drastical move for me. So as I said before, I'm gonna move my knight over here so I can get a control here a little bit and slowly start to move up my pawn to break this pawn defense over here, because it's not really good, because I can break through here with my bishop. So I'm gonna wait for his move now, what it will be. And Testa, your school is starting slowly, no? I was always depressed when school was coming up, so he came out with his knight over here. Now my knight is under influence of queen and bishop, and sadly I just only defended by a pawn. And also he can come here with his knight, giving me a check, but I can capture it with a pawn, so there is nothing to worry about currently. I can also go here and put some pressure over his knight. He can go here, here, and here. If I move my pawn over here, and if he moves here, I can capture with a pawn, and if he moves here, I can capture with a pawn, so there is nothing to worry about, except if he moves here, I can capture with anything, but he don't either put some pressure over me. He can go here, but I can still capture with a pawn, and if he moves here, I can capture with a bishop. So your school starting in September, no? I don't really know when school starting on Brazil. Now I'm gonna put out my pawn over here to put some pressure over tonight. And if he moves here with his knight, or that don't really happens, I can move here again with here my pawn, and most likely he will take the pawn with his pawn, but in next round I can take with my knight, and after that not really happened. He just go there with his knight, and I will need to break through here again, because he will go here with his pawn and also can get his bishop out, but if he does that I can get it with my bishop. But now I can go here as I see it now, and I can go for his black bishop, so that's cool. Or not really, because the white bishop secured it. Maybe a few minutes ago I saw that, but I get carried away, so I lost knight now for nothing. Maybe I can put out my white bishop over here to get out over here, or not really, because the queen is securing that. We started 4 months ago. It's a little bit surprising for me, because in Hungary the schools are closed from June 15 till September 1, but they changed it now a little bit, but only with a few week difference. So it's a little bit weird for me that your school is already started 4 months ago. Sorry, I'm a little bit surprised. I didn't know there is school for you currently. And yeah, now he put it out his knight, and maybe I can put, yeah, and now he's putting some pressure over this pawn that I can only defend by a pawn and by a queen. So if I move forward with my pawn over here, I can put some, I cannot put pressure over the queen, because he can break through here, so that's not pretty cool. But I can move here to put some pressure over the queen. And now he made an en passant, I think. Yeah, that's an en passant. A few days ago I had the same experience, and I didn't know about en passant, so it's not really lovely. I got to know my opponent, that I really appreciate this en passant, but now I can let out my queen over here to put more pressure over the board. I don't really like to get en passants to be to tell you guys the truth, actually. And now he's giving me a check. I can come here, and if he comes here, I can still get his queen by my king. So, yep. You have a vacation in middle of the year, into middle and into end of the year. Yeah, I get it. In Hungary, you have almost 3 months long vacation, and in September and I mean in autumn and spring you get a 2 week, 1 week vacation, and in December you get a 2 week vacation, as I remember. But it was a little bit weird that you don't have a vacation in August, end of August. So now he's moving out his white bishop. Maybe he's planning to move here, but that doesn't really make a difference. If I move here and if he gets with his pawn, I can move here with my queen, and I'm putting some pressure over 4 pieces. If he moves here with his rook, I can still go here and capture a bishop, so I'm gonna do it now because I don't really have much time left to think, so I'm gonna try and win some games. So now if he captures with the pawn, I can go for... He doesn't really do that. And if I come here, 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 he can capture my knight for nothing. Also, if I come here, he can capture with a pawn and with a bishop. So I can go for the rook and the bishop. If I go here with my bishop, he can take with the pawn. In response, I could have been take with the queen, but he would get my queen with his queen, so that's not a good deal. But if I go here, I mean here with my bishop, I can put some pressure over his bishop, so I'm gonna try and do that. But now maybe I just sacrifice my white bishop because he can come here, or not really, I can least manage up transaction. And I gotta put back the kitten again because my leg doesn't appreciate that much kitty sleep in my lap, so say goodbye kitty. Bye bye. It's good to move my legs. Now he putting his bishop over here, that can end up as a sacrifice because he can get it with a knight, but I gotta get rid of this pawn over here. So I got to try my luck, so I'm gonna he's gonna take with his pawn. I can after on go for... I can go here with my queen to after on go on here because the knight is defending it. So I just sacrifice my bishop for nothing, sadly, because I don't really have more time. I don't really play the 15 plus 5 games. That's chess mode, or I know there is a 15-minute game maybe. I'm gonna check it out into the next game. I don't know if it's counting in my rapid elo, but if it does, I'm gonna try to do one, and maybe I will not lose because of because I'm focusing on time. Now he took that bishop. Now I'm gonna go here with my rook. So next one maybe I go here, and if he does, he goes for my knight. With his knight, after all I can go here, he captures with his rook, I can capture the rook with my rook, but he would capture my rook with his Okay. Anyways. Can still capture with that knight, yeah. And my kitten is back, but kitten, you have to go. And my kitten takes my time. I get buffed because of kitten. That's sad, that's sad. And I had a blunder, but I cannot watch it because I don't have a chess premium, so I'm just getting screwed that you need to buy chess plus, I think. Or not really, I can check it out. Woo! So I'm gonna skip till to blunder. So yeah. This was the beginning of the game where I was going here with my knight, but the kitten is keep coming back. So this is where he could have been take my knight with his queen, and I got to make my cat go away because she keeps want to come back, and I don't really appreciate it currently. So I'm gonna try to play a 15-minute game, and maybe I'm gonna play 2 game of that because I will need to go to sleep early today because I will go to a construction work in tomorrow, and I will need to wake up in 5 a.m. and I will need to keep prepare more in the night. So this will be my last 2 games. I'm gonna try to 15-minute game. So yeah, I'm gonna go for a new game and change it to which one is 15 plus 5 game, or that wasn't chess, I don't really know because I see 15:10 and 30-minute games, but I don't really know what's this 15:10. I'm gonna try it to see it. What is it? No, thank you, man. Um, 15 and plus 10. Okay, I was a little bit confused, but I get it now. I already started too much. So I'm gonna go out with my pawn. So I will have a 15 minute and not 10 minutes. So maybe I will manage up checkmate now that I have more time. So yeah. So tomorrow I will need to do some construction with my friends, or not my friends, but they are gonna pay for it because we agreed that we uh, we are here a few, so there are a few guys like us, 2 friends, and each one of us is doing some building projects, and to manage up the help to others we need to manage also our budgets. So we agreed that we are going to help if we are paying each other a little bit of amount to money to at least don't be in minus that we go there to work. So it will not be so harsh job, but it will be a job though because we will pour some concrete tomorrow. So now he opened up with his pawn, so now he's freeway with his bishop, not with his queen because the rook is blocking there. It would be cool if I can get out my black bishop over there, so I'm gonna move forward this pawn to into next round, move that pawn, and after on I can move my bishop over there, so the knight will be pinged, or I cannot really do it because he already came out with his bishop, but I can put some pressure over his bishop with the pawn, so that's cool. And I can also move here again, put some pressure over his bishop, and the pawn will be secured by another pawn, so accidentally I built up a pawn streak over here, so it will be cool. So now he's going back with his bishop, and yeah, there is nothing to worry about for me now. I will also move this pawn over here, or maybe I can work up a checkmate situation, or not really, because the pawn is still there, and if I move that pawn, I can only secure it with a bishop, but in first hand he would get my pawn with his pawn, I would get his pawn with my bishop, and into second hand he would get it with his knight, so that's not really good. Bishop d3, yeah, you said to go here, but I was going for c4, not d3. Currently in Hungary it's 7 a.m. 16 minutes, but I gotta wake up tomorrow around 4 a.m. 30 or 5 a.m. because I will need to travel with the train too, and I need to arrive at 7 15, and also I gotta pack up my lunch and everything, so I gotta leave sometimes for me to wake up actually at the morning. So today I woke up at 5:30, so yep, and my cat came back again and now also want to go through to the table, and I don't really appreciate it because she loves to run through to the table too. So now if I go here, he can capture it with his knight as I see it now, so I will push my pawn over here, but now I also blocked my queen, so I can go here, so I need to think again later on. So yeah, it's currently 7:17, and I will need to start to work at 7 a.m. 15. Currently 7 p.m. Sorry, I'm uh, I'm talking a little bit of mess here. So it's currently 7 p.m. Sorry. So now I can push this pawn. He also castled down. So if I can manage my bishop over here and push my pawn into next round and even this pawn, I will have a free way forward this square, and also I can push out my queen. Not really because the knight is staying there, but that's why I'm gonna push my pawn over here. Maybe he will get it with his knight, but into next round I can get it with my pawn. And still putting some pressure over this knight, so maybe it can be good. You gotta go now. Thank you, Akar, for being here. It was a lovely stream for me today because I get subscribers and get some interactions with all of my viewers almost, so it was cool. Have a good night, or I don't know how much the time for you, but yeah, it was cool to have you here. Now he came here with his knife, blocking my bishop, so now I will push this pawn. Or not really, because after all he can go here, and he can still, for first I will move my pawn over here to move to other pawn here, so now I will be forced to move with my bishop, but I wanted to move it here, so it's currently cool. Into next round I will need to move my pawn over here, so into upcoming round I can move my queen over there, so I can move up. Okay, thank you mate, have a good night, and yeah, carry on. I will be back sometime so you can watch the stream. So yeah, have a good night. In the end, I wanted to say that. So now he's pushing his pawn over here, that can put some pressure over this pawn here. Maybe he's planning to push that, maybe do some damage around that I will take with that pawn over here, but for now I will just move that pawn. Currently I don't really pay attention for it. Yeah, now he's pushing it with his pawn over here, but I'm gonna go here with my queen. Currently we are doing his fence for front fence, like the fence is outside. Just some beton, or not really mortar works, but I forgot the name. Cement. We need to work with cement to make the fence. So I will need to pour 2 cements tomorrow and mix it, maybe. I'm not sure, because this will be the first time that I'm helping them. So yeah, this will be it. And now I can go for a checkmate because he's blocking the way with the pawn, and I can take with my bishop, but he would capture my bishop with this pawn. Into next hand I can go for it with my queen, but not really because the rook can capture it. So for now I will need to get rid of this pawn here, and into next hand if I move here with my pawn, he can come here with his knight, and also putting some pressure over my queen so I can capture this pawn over here. So that's sad, but maybe I'm planning to work up something. Maybe if I move here with my knight into next hand, I can move here with my knight and come here. He will be forced to take with his pawn. Into next hand I can capture it with my bishop. So yeah, now I'm gonna capture this pawn with the pawn. So I gotta wait what he will do. So now he's putting more pressure over this square. Late I can come here with my bishop to put some pressure over to rook, but for now I will just come here. But it's still defended by the queen. And my cat attacked my leg, so as I see it now, it's two internet connections start to get troubly again, so that's not pretty cool. I'm hoping it's still understandable my stream. And my cat attacked my curtain. My cat is keep attacking things, so that's not pretty cool. Now he pushed forward one of his pawns to do some damage around, but currently I'm not really focused on it, or it's a little bit of a problem. But if I go here with my bishop, I can secure this square. I will see how it turns out, I'm not sure. So if I can come here with my bishop, he will not capture it with his queen because I can capture it with a pawn if he capture. My cat is still making troubles and I don't really appreciate it, thank you. So now he came here with his rook, so I can no longer put some pressure over here with bishop, but I can put some pressure over here with my knight. And if he doesn't move here with his, I gotta put the cat in cat jail, so because she can behave. Sorry, cat. The most popular sport in Hungary is actually soccer. It just happened that I'm not really a big fan of soccer. Just a second, because maybe I can work up something. If I move here, that's not the check. But if I also come here, can end up as a checkmate. Because if he just saving his queen, I can come here with my queen, or he doesn't come here because I would get his. I sacrifice my knight because he can take it with his bishop, but I didn't saw it. So yeah, to actually most popular sport is soccer, and we also have way too much stadium. Our minister is was obsessed with stadiums to play soccer, but actually in our team there is no big amount of good players. And yeah, now we have actually a few like Szoboszlai, but that's the only guy that I know that have good statistics. Now I also got pay some attention because he didn't see that he can take my knight with a white bishop, and I can take his rook, but into next turn he would get it with his queen, and my queen would be in danger, and I don't really appreciate it. Yeah, for now I will just take his rook with my queen because I don't really see any better options. Yeah. And now if I go here and into next round I can go here. I don't go there because the bishop is securing it. So I will need to work up something else. So the soccer is pretty popular, but in my generation is it's a little bit less obsession with soccer than it was before. But there are actually some guys that are still watching soccer for fun, but most of them betting are too, like I used to do. And yeah, now I need to focus a little bit because if I take it, he can take with his queen and it will be a check. And I can do a castle because there is a black bishop over here. It's good to know. I don't go college currently because I was starting for. I finished high school in 2021, and I worked ever since. I studied a little bit in 2022, but I didn't finish my last year where I would get to software engineer paper. So I had to do a little bit of replanning, so I started to work in a gas station, and after that I started to work in a factory, and I worked into factory for almost 2 years, and after on I got my own building, my property, and I was working on it for a half year, and now I'm going back to the factory now that I have time for working. So now currently I'm just focused to start to work in September. So currently I don't continue any kind of studies, but if I get to money and to time, maybe I will start to rethinking that start on engineering university or something. I'm not sure. So now if I come here with my bishop, he can capture it with his knight. So that's not pretty cool. If I come here with my pawn, he can come here with his queen and giving me a check, and I don't really want that to happen. So now, for now, I will just move my knight over here, king over here, so I can move out my rook over here and start to build up something. Not sure what. And now he took one of my pawns. I can also capture that pawn. Now he can't come here, but he can come here with his knight. So I will be forced to move here. Yep. So this is the current situation, so I can come here with my rook, and I can also give him a check now that if I move my queen over here, he will be forced to move here, but into first hand if I would have been moved my bishop over here, I can give him now a check, but he's securing with two nice, so that's not pretty cool. But if I go here with my rook, the knight is going maybe here. I can come here with my rook. After that, but first I should move here with my queen, or I need to do a little bit of replanning because he came here with his white bishop, and I don't really appreciate it because he can put some pressure over here, and after all my knight will be in danger. But I can come here with my pawn, he can get it with his knight, I will get it with my bishop, but in the end he would get it with his bishop, so that's not pretty cool, and I can no longer go here to give him a check. So. With 1000 hoof you can't really buy much of a stuff. I will finish this game or try to work up something, and I will tell you what you can buy for 100 half. You can actually buy a Monster Energy drink that I sadly drink a little bit way much than I should be. So you can buy a Monster for 650. and you can buy maybe a croissant for 300 half or 350 400 half. So that's 1000 hoof in Hungary. So if I come here with my pawn, he can capture it with 3 pieces and I can only secure it with 1, so that's not pretty cool. But if I go here, I put some pressure over this knight, and also I can save my knight from being captured. But after on, if he comes here, I can capture it with a rook or with a bishop, so that's good for now. Yeah, we have many inflation, and I don't really want to get political or economic here, but I think we have some problems with our current government. But it's a thing that's a viewpoint. I don't really want to politicize, but we live in a little bit of a dictator here, or not really dictator, but our prime minister can do anything that he wants to do, basically. And that's sad because most of the people here, we were really affected by the communists, like the Soviets, and yeah, and also I see it now that I can't capture the knight because it's secured by the bishop. But if I go here, I can capture with a knight, and maybe it will be good. So our old people is affected by Soviet Union, and it was broken up by the current government, and they had a 4-year break, but they came back with a different strategy. And yeah, I don't really want to politicize, but they got two old people, and they are doing a little bit of unethical political thing and kind of stuffs, and the youth suffer because of that. And now he's giving me a check that I can stop by moving my bishop over here, but he can get it with his bishop and it will be pinged by the rook, so I can't really do anything here. I can move into these squares because of the knight. So I will, if I come here, I will lose my bishop for nothing, so for now I will just come here. And I can't also, yeah, now he's giving me a check again. And he's also getting my rook now, sadly, with his knight. So yeah, because of that we have many inflation. We don't get the European money because it's went in it get missing in a mysterious way. So even the European Union knew that there are some sad things going on, but they barely can do anything about that. But now I can give my opponent a check, and he will get it with his knight, and I was done because I can get his rook by my queen, but he gets my queen with his bishop. So sadly I screw up this game. So yep. No, it's okay. You don't have to say sorry because of that. We just the actual thing that we are screwed a little bit, but that's life. Have worse country in the world. So when I was working in a factory, I had some Ukraine colleagues that actually had a house in Ukraine, but it was in a war zone. And after that, they was rescued over here. And one day they just say that they have a video that their house just blow up, so it's a little bit way more sucks than we get our money stolen a little bit, not a little bit, but yeah. I said I didn't want to politicize, but I talked a little bit about it. And I'm not saying that I'm really into politics, but that's a thing that a guy can see even if he don't politicize. And now he gets my bishop by his knight. Yep. And now he got my rook too. Now he just finishing me. So. And what kind of currency do you guys have in Brazil? Because I don't really know Brazilian dollar, or I'm not really familiar what's their two valuta. But yeah, it's a lost game for me. But I don't know why he doesn't give me a checkmate already. In this game, I had more time to think about, and maybe I made a little bit more think through moves, but I also blundered way many times. So. I wrote that you wrote in chat, so you wrote that $RS. I wrote it in Yahoo search and it came up with Indian rupees. So I will look it up. What is it? But in a little bit more thoughtful search. So I don't really think so. I'm gonna play more because now it's 19. It's 7 p.m. 38 minute. And I will need to go to sleep at around 8 a.m. so this will be my last match, and I'm still waiting for this guy to give me a checkmate, but he cannot really. Wayward queen attack. I don't really know about openings and kind of tactics, only if I see something in YouTube or like in a YouTube short, or somehow I just look up some testing. That's how I know openings, but I don't really know this wayward queen attack. I only knew about this Indian defense and Brazilian the attack maybe, because my friend said that it's matching up with my personality, but that's the only two things that I can actually learn or anything. I'm just I like to freestyle way more in just like I don't know the tactics name. I'm just going for it and try to play it. But that guy is barely can give me a checkmate and start to frustrate me. That he need to evolve a pawn again to give me a checkmate. Or that I moved my pawn forward by a square. Yeah, I don't really know about it. I'm just trying to play a queen gambit, I think, when I move out my pawn, or I will try to show it for you later on. Finally, he gave me a checkmate. So I'm trying to always play for to move out my queen if I can. But I can't really. Okay, I don't care about it. Okay, stop it. Stop. So I basically want to move out my queen and bishop here always. because there are some free games where they don't really pay attention to move out their knight over here to put some pressure over my queen. And also they can of course block with a pawn here or here with a pawn, but I'm always aiming to go here with my queen that is secured by two bishops, so I can get a free checkmate. But I saw there are some more meaningful thinking behind it, but I don't really watch through to whole video because I was like I'm gonna think through and I got to find a loophole where I can open up with my tactics. But I am gonna say goodbye for now. I was happy that I was seeing you here whole time, Testem, and also to other viewers. And I get another viewer, so I'm really happy now. I reached 10 subscribers, so I'm pretty happy, but I'm starting to get a little bit tired because I'm up for 14 hours and I was traveling whole day because I was going for a doctor appointment today and they took blood for me, and also traveled like 4 or 5 hour, so yeah, I'm a little bit tired too, and also got to wake up early tomorrow. So yeah, it was good to have you here, and everyone else who was here. Thank you very much. And if you're watching back to the stream, but I'm gonna go now. So have a good night and everything.